Welcome back to Northern News Now Plus. I'm here with Ryan, who is the president of UMD's Engineers Without Borders. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I know that you guys do some really special things. Can you tell us about the project that you guys do in Kenya?
Yeah, so we have two projects in Kenya. One of them we just finished in August of last year. The other one we just started in December. Both of them are water sourcing and distribution projects. So the goal at the end of the project is to have accessible, clean drinking water for the entire community. The first project, the community was around 2,000 people, and we started the project in 2018. We had some delays because of COVID. That kind of shut everything down for a couple of years, but we were able to get back to it in 2022 and finish that up. But we drilled a borehole and we got water pumped out of an aquifer, and there's a whole distribution network. We have 5 different tap stands throughout the community. So no matter where you are in the community, it's a maximum of half an hour to walk to a tap stand and get water that is potable, as opposed to multiple hours that people used to have to walk to a river that wasn't even clean to get surface water before. And then our new project is going to be very similar, just in a slightly different area of Kenya, and a village of around 7,000 people instead of 2,000 this time.
And you guys sent over some pictures of past trips. Can you tell me a little bit about those? Was that recently?
Yeah, so we just did a trip in December. It was kind of a dual purpose trip. We were doing our monitoring and evaluation phase in the old project in Nyansakia, Kenya. That's where we go out and we make sure the system is still working. We do any repairs that we need to do. And it's kind of the final handoff point to the community, because the goal is that eventually we kind of go hands off with it and let the community take it on their own. And so then the other part of that trip was assessment for Karengo, the new project. And that's sort of where we do our initial site analysis. We go out and we get data for planning the system. We get demographic data to see, who's living there, how many people it is, and that sort of thing. And then for the pictures, we had Thalia, one of our members, is a photographer hobbyist. So they had a camera with us and took a bunch of pictures.
They're
for
very
us.
pretty pictures.
Yeah, they do a really good job.
Yeah. So I know I asked you this on our morning show, but what is it like to be able to use these skills that you learn in the classroom for good?
It's incredible. Like I said on the morning show too, it's a feeling that I can't accurately describe with words. I can do my best, but it's just so incredible to see a different side of humanity that we never really see. Just being in predominantly white space and not really knowing the culture, and then going to experience it while doing this kind of work is a really, really cool experience, and it really gives you a broader perspective on humanity in general, and sort of the stuff that you miss out on by not leaving this space. So it's more than just being able to do the engineering work, but also forming the bonds with the people that you're doing it for. And that sort of thing. I made a documentary after our last trip about sort of the work that we do with the community, and rather than focusing it on the engineering work, I chose to focus it on the people that we interacted with.
Is there anywhere people can watch that at?
Yeah, it's on our YouTube channel, Engineers Without Borders at UMD, and the documentary is called From Nyansakia with Love. So if you're able to go and look it up, feel free.
Very cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are having a fundraiser tomorrow, so can you just tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a lot of costs for these projects. They're pretty expensive. We get a lot of funds from various spots, but a lot of it can't be used for travel. There's stipulations on the money that we get. And so we do these fundraisers in the community to, raise funds that are unlimited that we can then use for travel. So this fundraiser that we have tomorrow is at Bent Paddle from 5 to 8 p.m. We do a silent auction and raffle. So over the past couple months, we've been going out to local businesses and getting donations that we then sell at the silent auction. So you'll find items from a bunch of different local businesses in Duluth and Superior. A lot of very well loved locations that you can get items for and bid on. And then the raffle is usually full of like gift cards and experience types of things. So lots of different options there.
Yeah.
And there also will be live music too.
Do you know anything about the live music?
I actually don't. I'm not
It'll
even
be a
sure who's
surprise.
playing, but yeah.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for talking to me this morning and telling me all
Absolutely.
about it.
Yeah, thank you very much
Thank
for having
you.
me.